Assalamu alaikum. This is Maria Zulfikar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. BNP delegation led by Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir holds meeting with Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. Bangladesh seeks positive and constructive relationship with Pakistan as meeting between foreign secretaries to take place tomorrow, first in nearly 15 years. India's cancellation of transshipment facility not to leave major negative impact on country's economy, observe analysts and business leaders. Separate Secretariat for Judiciary to be implemented soon, says Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed. At least 25 killed in Israeli attacks across Gaza, including 10 in Gaza City since dawn. And Borussia Dortmund beat Barcelona by 3-1, while Aston Villa thrashed PSG by 3-2 in second leg of UEFA Champions League quarter-final. Viewers, those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. A BNP delegation led by its Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir held a meeting with Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. The meeting was held at the State Guest House, Jamuna, in the capital today. Apart from Mirza Fakhrul, the party's delegation included Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar, Mirza Abbas, Nazrul Islam Khan, Amir Khosru Mahmoud Chaudhry, Salauddin Ahmed and Iqbal Hassan Mahmoud Tuku. Finance Advisor Dr. Salauddin Ahmed, Law Advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul and Industries Advisor Adilur Rahman were present at the meeting. After the meeting, Law Advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul briefed the reporters. Chief Advisors Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam and Deputy Press Secretaries Apurva Jahangir and Abul Kalam Azad Muzumdar were also present during the media briefing.
যে যে কথাই বলুক না কেন, এটা প্রধান উপদেষ্টার অঙ্গীকার পুরা জাতির প্রতি রিপিটেডলি উনি বলেছেন কোনো অবস্থাতেই জুন অতিক্রম করা হবে না, নাম্বার 1। নাম্বার 2 হচ্ছে ডিসেম্বর থেকে জুন, মানে হচ্ছে ডিসেম্বর থেকে জুন, বাট এর মধ্যে যত তাড়াতাড়ি সম্ভব অযথা কালক্ষেপণের বিন্দু মাত্র চেষ্টা আমাদের মধ্যে থাকবে না। নাম্বার 3 হচ্ছে যতটা সম্ভব সংস্কার আমরা করে যেতে চাই। যখন আমরা নির্বাচন করব তার অন্তত 2 মাস আগে আমাদেরকে রোডম্যাপটা ঘোষণা করতে হবে। সবচেয়ে বড় কথা, বিএনপি আমাদের এই বিভিন্ন যে সংস্কারের জন্য গঠিত বিভিন্ন কমিশন আছে, বিশেষ করে ঐক্যমত্য কমিশনের যে প্রস্তাবাবলী আছে, সেটা ক্ষেত্রে বিএনপি অত্যন্ত পজিটিভ এবং ইতিবাচক একটা রেসপন্স দেখিয়েছে।
Emerging from the meeting, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir briefed the journalists and said they have told Chief Advisor that December is the cut-off time for the election.
নির্দিষ্ট রোডম্যাপ যেটা আমরা বেশ কিছু কাল থেকেই বলে আসছি, সেই বিষয়ে তাদের সঙ্গে কথা বলেছি। যে বিষয়গুলোতে ঐক্যমত্য হবে সব দলগুলোর, সমস্ত দলগুলোর, সেগুলো নিয়ে আমরা একটা চার্টার করতে রাজি আছি আপনারা, এবং তারপরে সেটার উপর ভিত্তি করে আমরা বাকি নির্বাচনের দিকে চলে যেতে পারি, এবং বাকি সংস্কার যেগুলো আমরা একমত হব, সেটা আমরা অবশ্যই আমাদের রাজনৈতিক দলগুলো যা নির্বাচিত হয়ে আসবেন তারা সেগুলোকে বাস্তবায়িত করার ব্যবস্থা নেবেন। প্রধান উপদেষ্টা মহোদয় তিনি তার সুনির্দিষ্ট কোনো ডেডলাইন আমাদের দেননি। তিনি বলেছেন যে ডিসেম্বর থেকে জুনের মধ্যে তিনি নির্বাচন শেষ করতে চান। আমরা পরিষ্কার করেই বলেছি যে আমরা ডিসেম্বর কাট আউট টাইম, ডিসেম্বরের মধ্যে নির্বাচন যদি না হয় তাহলে দেশে যে রাজনৈতিক পরিস্থিতি, অর্থনৈতিক পরিস্থিতি এবং সামাজিক পরিস্থিতি সেটা আরও খারাপের দিকে যাবে, সেটা তখন নিয়ন্ত্রণ করা বেশ কঠিন হবে।
Following the political transition in Bangladesh, Pakistan is actively working to normalize and advance its previously stagnant bilateral relations with Dhaka. Bangladesh seeks a positive and constructive relationship with Pakistan in various areas, including trade and cooperation. As part of this initiative, a meeting between the foreign secretaries of Bangladesh and Pakistan is set to take place in Dhaka, the first such meeting in nearly 15 years. To attend the meeting, Pakistan's Foreign Secretary Amna Baloch arrived Dhaka on a 3-day visit today. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs sources said tomorrow's meeting will be held at the State Guest House, Bodda. Foreign Secretary Mohammad Joshimuddin will lead Bangladesh delegation while Amna Baloch will represent Pakistan delegation. During her visit, she is also scheduled to pay courtesy calls on Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tawhid Hussain and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. Sources stated that the Foreign Secretary meeting will discuss strengthening bilateral ties as well as expanding cooperation in regional and international arenas. Analysts and business leaders believe that India's cancellation of the transshipment facility will not have a major negative impact on Bangladesh's economy. Instead, they suggest that the move will not only reduce Bangladesh's dependency on India, but also enhance the country's capacity by encouraging the development of alternative routes and systems. Transshipment is a process used globally, especially when direct shipping routes are unavailable or to reduce transportation costs. Under a bilateral agreement signed on June 29, 2020, India had been providing transshipment facilities to Bangladesh. However, on April 8, during an investment summit in Bangladesh, India abruptly revoked this facility. Analysts believe India timed the decision to send a message discouraging others from investing or trading with Bangladesh. Some traders allege that the move was politically motivated, aiming to pressure Bangladesh's garment sector, although they note that only a small fraction of garment exports to Western countries pass through Indian territory. Therefore, they argue the withdrawal of the facility will not significantly disrupt the industry. To mitigate any challenges, both analysts and traders are emphasizing the needs to reduce air freight costs and improve cargo handling capacity at airports. They also criticized India's decision as unethical, stating that India should have issued prior notice before suspending the transshipment agreement. Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed said a separate secretariat for the judiciary will soon be implemented. He said this while visiting the office of the Supreme Court Reporters Forum (SRF) today. The Chief Justice mentioned that all aspects of the matter are currently under review. He added that work is underway based on the proposals that have been submitted, and he hopes the initiative will take final shape very soon. Chattogram Port Authority paid 100 crore taka as municipal tax to the Chattogram City Corporation. Port Chairman Rear Admiral S.M. Muniruzzaman handed over the cheque of 100 crore taka to City Mayor Dr. Shaadat Hussain this afternoon, stating City Corporation to provide more than 70 crore taka as subsidies annually in education and health sector. City Mayor said the corporation is emphasizing on increasing revenue collection to keep the services of the corporation operational. Mayor said Chattogram City Corporation will be able to improve the city's communication system as well as increase citizen services with the support of the ministry and the Port Authority. At this time, Port Chairman called for the renovation of the port-centric roads. Port Authority Member Khobor and Marine Ahmed Amin Abdullah, Secretary Muhammad Omar Farooq and City Corporation Chief Revenue Officer Sarwar Kamal, Chief Accounting Officer Humayun Khobor Chaudhary and other concerned officials were present. Now, international news. The Gaza Health Ministry said at least 25 people have been killed in Israeli attacks across Gaza since dawn, today including 10 and in an attack in Gaza City. A security guard was killed and 9 other people injured in an airstrike on a field hospital in Khan Yunis. The Israel Defense Forces IDF said it struck the head of a Hamas cell. Meanwhile, Hamas is said to have rejected an Israeli proposal for a 6-week ceasefire in Gaza, which called for the armed group to give up its weapons. A senior Palestinian official familiar with the talks said the plan gave no commitment to end the war or for an Israeli troop pullout in exchange for releasing half of the living hostages which it holds. A Hamas official said any Gaza ceasefire deal must include a complete Israeli withdrawal from Gaza. Defense Minister Israel Katz said Israeli troops will remain in captured areas of Gaza indefinitely, calling them security zones. A magnitude 5.9 earthquake struck the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan in the early hours of today. The tremor occurred at 3:43 a.m. local time, with the epicenter located at latitude 35.83 degrees north and longitude 70.60 degrees east at a depth of 75 kilometers. The National Center for Seismology (NCS) shared the details on X. News agencies said there are no immediate reports of casualties or structural damage, but authorities and humanitarian agencies are closely monitoring the situation. The Hindu Kush mountain range, which stretches across northeastern Afghanistan, is part of a highly seismically active zone where earthquakes are frequent due to the region's complex tectonic setting. U.S. President Donald Trump ordered a probe Tuesday that may result in tariffs on critical minerals, rare earth metals, and associated products such as smartphones in an escalation of his dispute with global trade partners. Trump has upended markets in recent weeks within his sweeping on-off levies, and this investigation could see him impose further tariffs if it shows that imports of critical minerals and their derivatives endanger U.S. national security. China dominates global supply chains for rare metals. Without naming any other countries, the order says that the United States is dependent on foreign sources that are at risk of serious, sustained, and long-term supply chain shocks. It states that this dependence raises the potential for risks to national security, defense readiness, price stability, and economic prosperity and resilience. The imports targeted include so-called critical minerals like cobalt, lithium, and nickel, rare earth elements, as well as products that partly require these resources such as electric vehicles and batteries.